Have you ever been in a room without light or moved on the streets in the dead of night? I don't know if you are like me, but I immediately start thinking of all the horror movies I have ever watched in my life. Every one thing around me suddenly turns into a monster trying to kill me. The sheer terror of being in the dark is enough to make me faint. Then suddenly there is light, everything goes away, all my monsters disappear, and it's like I only imagined all my fears. For me, the Pwalugu Dam is that ray of light in the darkness for the Ghanaian people. I'll be taking you on an exclusive insight on the erection of the Pwalugu Dam. Without further delay, welcomed to Think Rich Africa, the community which brings to you entrepreneurial, business and personal development content to inform, motivate and inspire you. We also want to introduce you to our special African development playlist because we strongly believe entrepreneurship, rather than global pity, is the key to Africa's growth and development. So if you're African and you aren't subscribed yet, you are missing out. The construction of a high-quality multi-purpose dam is scheduled to begin in November of this year, according to the story of the multipurpose dam irrigation project. The dam's development, which will take place in Ghana's Upper East region, would be the largest investment any government has ever made in infrastructure expansion in the northern region since the country's independence in 1957. Located at the Pwalugu Bridge on the White Volta River, the multipurpose Pwalugu Dam will have a maximum reservoir area of 350 kilometers and will serve a variety of purposes. In addition, the project will include a powerhouse with 2 turbines with a combined capacity of 60 megawatts and a continuous capacity of 16.5 megawatts, as well as a 15-kilometer overhead line that will export power to an existing transmission line. The dam's construction is expected to take around 3.5 years to complete. The project will also include a 25,000-hectare irrigation plan, which will increase yearly rice production by up to 117,000 tons and maize production by up to 49,000 tons in the country, according to the World Bank. When completed, the project will act as a source of electricity for local populations in the farming area, while also assisting in the improvement of irrigation farming in the surrounding area. The dam will also aid in the reduction of the cost of power distribution to the northern regions of Ghana, while industrialization, modern commercial agriculture, value chain activities, as well as the general socio-economic environment, will all benefit from the project's construction. A significant component of the project's success will be its ability to serve as a catalyst for resolving perennial flooding in areas of northern Nigeria that are inside the flow path of the Accra Dam from upstream Burkina Faso in 2018. A total of 570 irrigation dams were scheduled for building in Ghana's 3 northern regions, with the majority of them located in the Ashanti region, in order to regulate water supplies and to even out floods and droughts. Dams are being built around the country, with building expected to continue beyond 2019. This aids in the storage of water when there is more than enough and the use of water when there is a shortage of water. The development of a multipurpose dam and irrigation system is currently underway. In 2018, VRA completed the feasibility study and moved on to the implementation phase. The primary components of the project are a dam with an elevation of 165 meters near the Pwalugu Bridge on the White Volta River, and a maximum reservoir area of 350 square kilometers, and a powerhouse consisting of 2 turbines with a combined installed capacity of 16 megawatts and a firm continuous capacity of 16.5 megawatts. An irrigation plan consisting of a weir and canal network with a height of 12 meters, as well as main, primary, secondary and tertiary canals for around 25,000 hectares of land. According to the Ghanaian government, The project location is located on the White Volta River, approximately 16 kilometers east of the Pwalugu Bridge on the main Tamil Bogatanga route. The White Volta River and the dam site mark the border between the Upper East area and the northeast part of the country. In order to achieve effective river basin management, the Pwalugu Dam must be operated in concert with the bad-grade dam upstream on the White Volta River in Burkina Faso, as well as with the Achazumbo and Pom dams downstream on the White Volta River in Ghana, in addition to an earth and rock-filled dam on the banks. The dam will be constructed with a central roller-compacted concrete core. In addition to flood management, the project's benefits include irrigation, fisheries, and power generation. The main advantage of the 25,000-hectare irrigation plan will be that it would be the largest in the country, which will be a significant benefit. In the Upper East and Northeast regions, the program will have a positive impact on economic activity because it would increase the productivity of farming and attract large-scale commercial farms, which will be supported by around 15,000 outgrower farmers. It will be beneficial, increasing yearly rice production in the country by up to 117,000 tons and maize output by up to 49,000 tons, respectively, has the potential to reduce imports of both commodities by 16% and 32%, according to the project's proponents, saving foreign exchange and also stabilizing the pricing of certain items on the domestic market. Increasing Ghana's renewable energy capacity and helping the country achieve its obligations under the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change are two of the goals of the hydropower component of the project. Ghana's goal is to increase renewable energy to 10% of total energy consumption by 2030, up from less than 2% currently. Today, the project will include a solar component, with solar energy serving as a supplement to hydroelectricity in order to improve the reliability of the energy supply. Aside from facilitating access to electricity in Ghana's northern region, the project's electrical infrastructure would also improve the reliability of power delivered to NETCO, the country's electricity distribution business in the region. During the wet season, the dam will also give protection from the perennial floods that occur in the White Volta Basin. It will also aid in the management of water overflow from the Baga Dam. Property damage will be reduced as a result of this, and financial security will be improved. 52,000 people were affected by flooding in the area in 2018, which resulted in 34 deaths and 2 individuals going missing. Land and property were also damaged as a result of the fires. In the Upper East region, the sod was officially cut for the building of the Pwalugu multipurpose dam and irrigation project to begin. The President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, officially launched the project. Originally conceived in the early 1960s, the $993 million project is being funded entirely by the federal government and will be completed by 2020. Consequently, the sword-cutting ritual was regarded as historic in nature. When fully operational, the multipurpose dam will address 3 major issues: irrigation, hydroelectric generation, and flood control, among others. Chinese state-owned hydroelectric engineering and construction company Sinohydro is in charge of the project, which is projected to be completed in around 4 years and 2 months. It has also become necessary due to the annual floods and deaths that occur in the areas that are within the flow path of the Baga Dam from upstream Burkina Faso. The event was attended by Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia and Ministers of State, including the Minister of Energy, Mr. John Peter Ainwu, members of Parliament. President Akufo-Addo stated that the project would be the single largest investment ever made by any government in the country's northern region, which the President referred to as amazing. He stated that the government considered that infrastructure development was critical to the transformation and development of the North, and that irrigation continued to be the most important factor in guaranteeing food security in the region. Furthermore, the president stated that the project was expected to improve the country's annual rice production by around 117,000 tons, reduce rice imports by 16%, and contribute to the expansion of the aquaculture sector. In addition to other benefits, President Akufo-Addo stated that when the dam is built, the cost of power delivery to Ghana's northern areas will be reduced, while industrialization, modern commercial agriculture, and value chain activities, as well as the general socio-economic environment, would all benefit from the project's completion. The irrigation plan, which will cover 25,000 hectares, would be the largest in the country and will serve to increase economic activities in the Upper East and Northeast regions. This project, with its numerous benefits, is really a ray of sunlight for Ghanaians in so many sectors such as hydropower and agriculture. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Share our video with friends and family. Give our video a thumbs up and subscribe to our community for more enriching information. Help our channel grow.